Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to part four of my little countdown. The final part, five through one. Uh, these are my five favorite. And again, as I said, I'm going to reiterate, as with any favorites video, it can change tomorrow. But as of right now, these are my five favorite. And even if it did change, it would just be shuffling around a few of them, but they'd all still be in that top 20. And as I said before, from 20 to number one, there isn't a huge difference. I like them all a lot. And there's probably another, like I said, 30 or 40. I could have done a top 50, 60, but that would just be ridiculous. Top 20 is a little much, but I just couldn't break it down any more than 20, honestly. I mean, I could because I could do a top 10, but I'd be leaving at least, like I said, 10 of them out that they're so good. So just don't think that number one is way better than number 20. I just want to reiterate that at the end of the list here because they're not. They're all within hairs of each other, honestly. Any given day, number 20 might beat out number one. I mean, that's how close they are. I would not really know. Because my number one is, I can't imagine anything beating it out anytime soon anyway. But number two, no. Number three, no. But number four or five, yeah, it could. And number 20 could be number four or five. You know, my top three are pretty much set for a while anyway. But yeah, that's how close they all are, right? So let's just get right into it. Number five. Oh, again, I like to say before every list, my list, not yours. Make your own. If you don't like my list, that's fine. If you don't agree with it, that's fine. Tell me your top five. If you got top five, what they'd be. I'm actually pretty interested in hearing. Do you agree with mine? Disagree? All that stuff. You know, keep it civil, of course. But anyway, let's start right away. Number five. Latafa B'day Al Oud. Oud for glory. Initio Oud for greatness dupe. Some of the notes are oud, saffron, patchouli, nutmeg, lavender, musk. Soft, smoky, earthy, sweet, spicy oud wood and musk fragrance. This is the definition of something not needing to be loud and obnoxious, but still having great performance. Uh, Projection is good. Average projection and longevity is excellent. It lasts all day on me. Again, I reiterate, soft does not mean weak. This is not a weak fragrance. It is a softer fragrance, a more elegant fragrance. It's like I said, a spicy, woody, even slightly smoky, earthy kind of fragrance. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, with a nice touch of sweetness to it, not overly candied sweet or anything like that. More of a powdery, like vanilla kind of sweet. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Next is Insurrection to Dark. People say Spice Bomb. I'll get into that in a minute though. Some of the notes are citrus. I think I broke down all the notes for this one because the notes were kind of hard to find, so I wanted to give you guys all the notes. Citrus, elemi, pink pepper, bell pepper, cinnamon, saffron, leather, tobacco, and vetiver. Just this fresh, slightly sweet citrus opening, but it quickly turns to a soft spice and wax like pepper, that waxy, earthy, waxy kind of pepper vibe. All on the top of a base of a dry tobacco. It's not a sweet tobacco, a dry, kind of slightly earthy green tobacco and woods. A good projection, good longevity, but not really a Spice Bomb clone. More like Spice Bomb meets Davidoff Hot Water with a little bit of maybe Givenchy Exerius Rouge mixed in there. To my nose, anyway, it's still very nice, but it's in that vein of a Spice Bomby type clone without a lot of the sweetness that Spice Bomb has. Spice Bomb has got a lot of spice, but the vanilla in Spice Bomb is really prominent. This, not so much. It's more of a drier, spicier kind of. There's not a whole lot of tobacco in it like Spice Bomb, but just really nice fragrance. Paris Corner, You're Drugged. First off, I like the bottle, I even like the tassel. I normally don't, but for whatever reason, I kind of do. Uh, uh, mm, what a great scent. Supposed to be a dupe of Intoxicated by Killian, don't know. Smells very similar to like Amen by Terry Mugler, very similar. It's got a few differences, of course. Terry Mugler's got more of that earthy, tarry patchouli, but this is very close. Notes are coffee, cardamom, cinnamon, spice, vanilla, whiskey. Powdery cocoa like vanilla with a good dose of cinnamon spice, nutmeg, cinnamon, clove, things like that. Uh, a very prominent cardamom, though. This is pretty much a cardamom bomb in the late mid to the dry down, with a hint of a coffee whiskey aspect. Very good one to me. It's a sweet, spicy, powdery, woody, dense kind of scent. Good projection, good longevity. If you want something cheaper than even that, you don't want cheaper than the Amen, obviously, you can go with Cuba Prestige. It's like $5-10, and it'll get you pretty close. It's not 100% again, but a little more Amen than You Are Drugged, but they're pretty close together. So you can get that for like $5 or $10. So give it a go. Number 2. These last two, I really kind of, they could be one or two. It really doesn't matter. I had to pick one, and I kind of went with, I had to put my nostalgia aside, I guess, to really decide which one I like better. Because if it was nostalgia based, number 2 would be number 1. Some of you might know simply by that my love of Fahrenheit what this is. But it's Reinheit Parfum, the Dior Fahrenheit Parfum cologne. Some of the notes are citrus, nutmeg, lavender, honeysuckle, cloves, jasmine, musk, leather, patchouli, a liquor, kind of a rummy liquor, but and vanilla. Think Fahrenheit. A tiny bit of citrus on the top. Fahrenheit, that earthy gasoline. It doesn't smell like gas, but it's the only thing about it's like a fantasy. It's the only thing people really can compare it to. It's just really an earthy kind of dirty, slightly dirty vibe. But people say gasoline, floral, violet, leathery smell with a bit more spice and booze and vanilla. It's not an overly sweet scent. The vanilla is there. It's pretty much there from start to finish, but it's always in the background, just adding a bit of a little bit of the vanilla like sweetness, which really accentuates the spice and the leather and that gasoline smell. It's a fresh, earthy, unique, boozy vanilla scent. At the end of the day, honestly, it's again basically take Fahrenheit, add a little bit of booze to it, add a little bit of liquor, and a hint of more spice, and that's what you get. This here has a okay projection and longevity, about average, maybe just slightly a little less than average on me, but I don't care. I love it so much. It's great. And I'm just not going to pay the money for a legit bottle. That's ridiculous. That's you're way past into good niche prices at that point. So yeah, but this for $40, $50, can't be beat. And alas, we've come to the end. The final fragrance. Can you guess what it is? I'll give you a second. All right, that's enough time. Most of you know me, knew that this was probably going to be my number 1. Latafa Assad. Oh my God, this stuff is so freaking good, man. I wore it the other day, believe it or not, when I was testing this video, and it was summer, and you're not supposed to wear this in the summer. Oh, what are you crazy? 2 sprays. One on my moisturizer, one on the back of my neck, all day, and the heat, the sun really projected that off of me. I didn't over project. It wasn't too much. 2 sprays, legit 2 sprays, not 2 sprays and a little bit here. No, boom. One on my moisturizer, boom. One on the back of my neck. I mean, this stuff has incredible performance. Projection is okay. Projection is not the greatest. You know, it's average, but the longevity on this thing is it's kind of like a couple days. Like I'll go buy my 2-3 days later, I'll go buy my laundry basket, and this is all I smell. Like it's just ridiculous. When I went to Tafa Assad, obviously a Dior Sauvage Elixir clone. I actually like this a little better in Elixir, but I'm not doing big comparisons right here. Notes: vanilla, pepper, spices, tobacco, woods, patchouli, iris, coffee, blah, 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 blah. A sweet, somewhat powdery, but not overly powdery, woody, spicy, woody kind of fragrance. A modern take. People say this all the time, but it really is a modern take on a classic masculine fragrance. Think of all your barber shops, your spicy, your barber shop stuff like Jacquard Noir, and Pour Lou by Oscar de la Renta, stuff like that, and just modernize it with modern ingredients. Really, like that whole vanilla is the big thing. Yeah, it's a sweet, woody, spicy fragrance. Very good substitute for the Dior. And like I said, projection is average. Longevity, though, is ridiculous. And that's just gorgeous. Oh, I don't know. These two are, yeah, and even this one. Yeah, take one of those 3 and make it whatever. Change them around if you want, but for me, it's those 3. Yeah, so that's it, guys. That was my list. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back tomorrow with something. I don't know what yet. I haven't decided, but I will be back. I got to work all day, so. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know. Peace, love, be good to each other, and be good to yourselves.